air. This is Priya, Tanugula, Director of Outreach and Student Enrollment, and today we have with us a special guest, and more when we actually talk in detail. Welcome, Anusha.
Thank you.
And to actually give a small introduction to this big, huge, famous, what should I say, the daughter and the star of Silicon Andhra, Anusha is currently doing her BDS, and a little more while I'll ask you. But most importantly, a great soul. She has been literally raised in our mother organization, Silicon Andhra. So before I talk everything about you, Anusha, tell me about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Anusha. I was born and raised in California in the Bay Area. Pretty much since I was born, I was like in Silicon Andhra. I started going off to the dance practices. What came on TV when she was performing for cultural events through Silicon Andhra, and pretty much as a baby, I started being around this family, and I was just already a part of it. And throughout, I've had so many wonderful opportunities. Got introduced to so many different aspects of Telugu culture and language. I've gotten to perform in various different platforms, performed in dances, performed in plays, done Telugu performances, and also have gotten very involved in Carnatic music through Silicon Andhra as well. And now I'm living in Texas. I've been there for the last 8 years. I went to UT Austin for undergrad, did my bachelor's in nutrition, and now I'm in dental school at UT Health San Antonio.
That's such a great, impressive, track record on one hand, but growing from that, very sweet and attractive Anusha as a baby, who attracted her with her great qualities, taking care of the young kids, inspiring them to connecting with the interest of not just what she wants to become, but with the family. She comes from a family whose the whole family is of great talent. Your father, your mother, your brother, and you equally, and they are pride of Silicon Andhra, the Kuchibhotla family. Ravindra Kuchibhotla garu, Mamta garu, your brother Amog, and yourself immensely talented. But what makes you more special is, Anusha, you're so approachable to the girls, and my daughter is a huge person who really looks upon to you. I know while you have been influenced into the art forms, basically because your parents are equally into the art forms, the performing arts. But then what made you choose into a specific performing art? You said you tried dance, and then later your whole concentration has been into music. A little more into that, what made you decide that music is the art that you have to pursue?
Sure. So I'm obviously the first daughter of an immigrant family, so as naturally I feel like I was thrown into every type of hobby, and I kind of had to learn which ones I wasn't interested in. At one point I think I was in gymnastics, ballerina. I tried Kuchipudi for Jyoti Lakaraju men, and I tried for a year, and I don't think there's something about it that just didn't stick with me, even though it's a great art form. And obviously I tried music, and I think I always had a little bit of a knack for music. I would go to Silicon Andhra programs when I was like 3 years old, and I would start coming home, playing the keyboard and singing into my little mic, and I kind of showed interest through that, I think, and my parents saw that as well. So I joined vocal classes at the age of 6, I think, and then at the age of 8, I started with late Srimati Jaishivardharajan, and she was my first music guru. I learned through like group classes, but during that time I basically had vocal cord nodules, and my voice was actually very hoarse. And so originally I was kind of discouraged from music because everyone was always commenting on my voice and how it wasn't like very pleasant to listen to. So I actually ended up going to a speech therapist, pathologist in India, and they told me that I had vocal cord nodules. So that was a little bit of a challenge at the beginning. And then later, a couple of years later, I switched to Dr. Nagavali Nagaraj in Bangalore. So I actually had majority of my music lessons through Skype online. So that was also an interesting kind of struggle to overcome because it was through online classes. But I honestly had a great experience through Dr. Nagavali Nagaraj. I really practiced these vocal exercises and was able to range from like different octaves, and my voice culture gradually started to change. And through Slokananda, I got so many different opportunities as well. One of my favorite opportunities of all time was being Krishna in Bharatanatyam. So that was one of the most influential roles for me, and gradually I performed in different concerts and different platforms, and yeah, I loved music and learned to like love Carnatic music and all the intricacies and everything of Carnatic music.
I would talk more about the challenges. Thank you for really bringing such a crucial topic, which a lot of youngsters usually deal with, but seldom they come out and express that to their parents. Like, this is what I actually have a challenge, being discouraged, not because we are being challenged with the voice. But stay tuned, and we have Anusha in our master's program in Carnatic music. Can you even believe that she is like now in Carnatic Music Masters? But please do visit our website www.aria.edu to learn more about our programs, which we will be discussing in detail. So Anusha, again back to you. Thank you first of all for getting into such a important topic. How stressful is it to actually challenge yourself from the difficulty of your coarse voice to being that confident young girl saying that it's okay, I still want to continue in this path, to overcome the fear that your voice would be settling down soon. But that phase of from the coarseness of what you're feeling, the difficulty to settling down, how was that challenge that you took into a positive note? Because you would now be inspiring a lot of girls, because I have my own daughter who was also not confident with the voice, initially saying that maybe I'm not in for music. That's the first thought that comes with the girls. But this is an absolute important thing. Only when you have confidence, you can even get into pursuing it in a 100% confident level, not a commit level.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think that learning that everyone's voice is different, first of all. Like, everyone has a different voice culture, everyone has a different voice texture, and sometimes we look at certain singers and or in Bollywood or Tollywood, and we look at the background singers and we see a certain type of voice, and we're conditioned to think that our voice is supposed to sound like that. But in fact, like, everyone's voice can be different, and everyone's voice has its own like beauty to it. So one thing about me was I obviously had to do extensive vocal exercises to even like be able to sing, because my voice had prevented me from even being able to sing properly or for long periods of time. And so it was definitely a lot of like discipline and just work every day to try and get my voice to be better. But eventually, when I started performing, and it was honestly the support of the whole Slogananda community that encouraged me to keep singing and keep doing what I'm doing and know that my efforts are worth it. Just like the support and encouragement from everyone. And I think that after someone goes on stage and performs for the first time and gets that fear factor out of the way, and is able to do that multiple times, then it really like sends them into reach their goals. Yeah.
And you also graduated from Manavadi, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Manavadi kind of gave me my family is originally from Mysore, so I don't come from a specifically Telugu background, even though my mother tongue is Telugu. So Manavadi was one of the first courses I've taken, and I grew up going to Manavadi and graduated Manavadi. I was actually in the very first Manavadi class ever.
Yep,
So.
the inaugural Manavadi, the proud inaugural batch, I can say, the very first batch.
Yeah, that was through Vani Auntie, Vani
yes.
Shankar. And Manavadi was a great experience. I met so many wonderful people through there who are still my really good friends to this day. And even through that, we did so many different performances and plays, and I got exposure to Telugu poetry and how like beautiful the language is, and I learned so much about it.
Great.
Yeah.
And I also heard you did your full concert in India, right?
I did. I did my Arangetram in India, but then I also came back here and did an Arangetram here. Yeah.
And the unique concept that I saw only in your Arangetram is you not only sang, but you also played keyboard. Do you want to?
Yeah, I also learned Carnatic keyboard, and so during the I did a whole Arangetram on Carnatic keyboard in India as well. And then when I came here, I think I played a little bit of keyboard during my concert as well. Yeah.
Wow. So, what made you actually select keyboard and not any other instrument?
It was actually because I grew when I was younger, I did Western piano, and so I was already familiar with the instrument, and I kind of wanted to get Carnatic music involved into the keyboard as well. So.
That's very smart. Very nice. So I know the next topic would be Aria. So you have like, I know the Silicon Andhra family to Manavadi, and this is like, a progression to Aria University. But as a student, when you were actually checking on the programs, what made you choose and come and join Masters in Carnatic Music at Aria?
Right. So obviously my mom plays a huge part in this role. She helps with Canvas, she helps with all of the admissions, and she was like the help in the foundation of Aria University, and so she was a huge influence on me to join the university.
To all our viewers, Mamta Kuchibhotla, she's a director of student services and faculty services at Aria. She's been there from the inception of the then University of Silicon Andhra. So she has a vast experience of programming what the university structure should be, the curriculum, the faculty. So she played a great role, and she's been one of the pioneers and the pillars of Silicon Andhra now. University of Silicon Andhra then, and Aria University now. Yeah.
To ask why I joined Aria University, there's simply nothing like it, honestly, like in the Bay Area or in the country. Like usually for this experience and to have such accomplished faculty teach you, you don't get that experience anywhere but in India, especially if you're trying to do a master's or diploma program in Carnatic music, Kuchipudi, Sanskrit, Telugu, all these things. There's simply nowhere else you could do it. And Aria University is a non-profit accredited university, and so and all the faculty that have taught me are so accomplished in their field that every class just feels like you're just learning so much every time. And yeah, I've had a great experience so far.
So I know you're playing a student at Aria, and you're also a full-fledged student doing your medical MD in dentistry, right? Dental school. So, I see a lot of students, because when we actually ask prospective students or aspiring students that, they can select between certificate or diploma for high schoolers, discipline, and when I say discipline, it's time management and time discipline, the most crucial aspects, because you need your GPAs that can get you to a good college, and at the same time, all the hard work that, the kids like you put in, because you are so connected with the art form, you still want to do and have a decent, what should I say, evaluation of what you have done through the guru, right? So how does it feel when you say, or you hear from other students saying that I don't think I can manage both learning an art form, continuing that until, you get a proper degree versus your, day-to-day schooling and your homeworks or assignments, especially now we are into MD. And how do you manage?
Yeah, so I'm in dental school right now, and the first 2 years are very challenging. So I'm not gonna lie, I have had struggle also managing my time, but Aria University does a great job of their understanding as well, and so you can take one course at a time, and so that's kind of what I've done in order to keep advancing the master's program, but also focusing on dentistry as well. And so, yeah, so far I've taken one diploma course in advanced music theory, and with Dr. T.K. Saroja. And then I've taken Voxology with Dr. Shamala Vinod. I've taken Musicology 1 and 2 with Dr. Malaswamy and Dr. Padma Sadwanam. So these are all classes that I would say like if someone was in college, they could start off with a diploma course and get an introduction into the certain field, and then later, after their bachelor's degree, then they can join the master's program and start working towards that as well. But yeah, it does come with challenges in time management, but I think that taking one step at a time and taking your time throughout the years to finish the program is the best way to do that.
Great, great. And anything a little more in depth of the classes that you have taken, what is your takeaway?
Yeah, sure. For me, my favorite class that I've taken so far was the Voxology class with Dr. Shamalevinod. I think specifically because I just related to it, especially just because of my past vocal struggles and everything. She's such a great professor, and yeah, she really made the students feel just so welcome, and it was so interesting to learn about the different exercises that could help that you wouldn't at first think that they could help you. But it's crazy to see how my voice transformed over that semester, and now I can incorporate that into my daily practice regimen if I need to. And obviously every other class was also extremely educational, and what you don't understand as just someone who learns music is the intricacies of every specific raga and how every raga has its specialties and certain notes, gamakas, swaras that you need to bring out of the raga in order to sing it to its full potential. And learning about all of those specialties and specificities is really helpful in becoming just a better musician, and that's something I'm really excited to keep continuing the master's program and be able to incorporate that into actual performance. I also think that learning about all the theory and the meaning of the languages and the meaning of the lyrics is huge, because sometimes we just learn the lyrics and we don't actually understand them. But in order to have bhakti and bhavam while we're singing, it's so important to learn all those details and then incorporate it into our performance. So.
That is so nice of you, Anusha. You explained it so good. Even I'm able to understand and connect to what it takes being a student at Aria. So to all our viewers, please do check our website and look into all the programs: Carnatic music, Hindustani music, Kuchipudi dance, Bharatanatyam dance, Telugu language, Sanskrit language. We have our summer enrollments open, and classes begin June 2nd week, June 17th, and we are also have our open enrollments for fall semester. Fall semester classes commence August 24th. So please, today is your day, and the moment is always right when you actually attempt to get into such beautiful performing arts programs or languages. For more details, please do check our website. And I don't know if you know, we are also having a PhD in classical dance concentration with a specialization in Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, and the very first inaugural batch starts this fall.
Wow.
So we are also in the pending vast approval for the same PhD in classical music. So my question it's a little tricky, I know, but if given an opportunity, or would you be considering post your masters, would the PhD be attractive to you? Because I can foresee what your subject would be: dentistry with classical music. How important your dental hygiene is to actually have your Carnatic vocals get right?
Exactly. Yeah, the PhD, that's so exciting, and I just love to see how Silicon on there just progresses and grows. So.
Right, yeah, it's we have Raju Chamarti, our CEO at Aria, and also Dean of Mandavadi, who always says our aim was to have a KG to PG, but now we are a KG to PhD. So that's a great path we have set for the Gen Next. This university is not just for Gen Next, it's also for people like us who learned these kinds of beautiful art forms but never got the opportunity to take it seriously and take it to the next level.
Exactly, and it's so inspiring because there's people of any age group who are working full-time jobs, by the way, and are still pursuing this music degree or dance degree or
languages. Yes. So thank you so much. And to all our viewers, especially those residing in Bay Area, we do have our events happening in our own Aria University building, Milpitas, 1521 California Circle, Milpitas. We have our upcoming Hindustani concert series happening this Sunday, 17th. And we also have our Sanskrit conference, the first Sanskrit annual international conference that Aria, with a collaboration with Shyam, is conducting on June 6th. So I invite all to please come forward, register and take part in this amazing opportunity and take a look into what we are doing at Aria. Anusha, thank you so much. I won't disturb you again. So the books are all yours. The archive room is waiting for you to finally submit your thesis, one with Anusha Kuchibhotla, and hoping we will have that soon. And congratulations on you becoming the near, dental, and we will all be lining up for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good luck in your future endeavors. And thank you so much for having.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And until next week, viewers, thank you so much. Please do visit our website for summer and fall enrollments, and also on the events happening, and for any enrichment courses or any further details with our own scholarship, especially to all the senior performers who did their full recital or did their Ranga Praveshams or Arangetrams. We are giving scholarships to those students as a token of appreciation. So more details in the scholarships on our website. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.